Without getting into too many of the methods, I don't want to go down that path just at the moment, but one of the things that has really struck me, if I've ever watched the classical training methods or generic methods that are plenty out there.
Yeah.
People bring in a Mustang or maybe a Wildie, but a lot of times I'll hear suggestions all the time. Like thousands of comments. One of them is always like, well, you got to make that horse move. And I'm against that quite a bit because it isn't something that a friend does. And we desperately want to be their best friend. So a best friend doesn't chase a best friend around. Yeah. A best friend says, follow me or I'll follow you maybe.
Yeah.
And I think that these guys, I would imagine Mustangs as well. I've only worked with one Mustang and it was proper ruined by people. And I mean, it took, I think, 2 months just to figure out haltering because it was so, I mean, it still had the halter on from a year ago.
That's the thing, like there's so many different methods out there, 100%.
Yeah, I don't careful not to get into methods, but just as a concept of how to be a friend. And I don't think it's the older ideal of
not
move
as much
the feet.
anymore. Yeah. No. And there are certain times where, yes, I will move them.
Yeah.
And especially if they try and be
not a friend,
aggressive or pushy. Because in a herd, so a baby in a herd bites its mom.
Yeah.
Its mom bites it or kicks it, right?
Certainly
if
does.
one turns its butt to another one, what is the other one going to do? Turn its butt in.
Yeah, somebody's getting kicked.
Somebody's going to get kicked, right? Because that's their herd. That's
horse talk.
That's their talking, right? Yeah. So if you know that naturally they do that and you then are going in, okay, are you going to let them turn their butt to you? Absolutely not. No. Because not only is it dangerous, but you've now said, okay, yep, you're the dominant here and you can do what you want to me. You can hurt me. You can. So like I had one baby I was working with and that was her first response was second I came near, those feet were flying my way.
Wow.
Like it was, I've only encountered one that was really like, you go near her and those feet are flying at you.
Yeah.
And do I agree with my own method sometimes? No. But in that moment, it was, okay, how do I deal with this?
You have one option, I think.
So
I think you've got an option.
I had the carrot stick.
Yep.
She got a crack across her butt hard. Yes.
It's no different than any other horse would do, though.
And that was it. I gave her one crack. She turned and she looked at me like, what was that?
What happened there?
She turned her butt to me once more.
Yeah.
She got one more crack.
Yeah.
She never turned her butt to me again.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing a mom horse or another horse would do to her. As much as it's like, oh my gosh, you hit the horse. Well, in that moment, yes.
Yeah.
I don't have feet like they do or legs like they do.
We're not nearly as fast.
I can't, I'm not built like they are. No. So I use one of my own tools to help me give the same talk.
That's still a horse tool.
Yeah.
It's coincidental you tell that story. I just put up a video reviewing one of my horses with a 7-year-old Wildie that came to me from the Yukon, I think she was originally from.
Oh, cool.
And she came for a few months. And I brought in my Arabian, who has not had a good beginning of her life. Yeah. And I let her go and have them meet in the arena, a big space. And she immediately turned her butt to the Wildie. Yeah. And is a mare. And she didn't care. She just came straight up behind her. And of course, my Arabian kicks out. Yeah. Well, that lasted, and I counted out, because I take video with a camera, I know how many frames per second it shoots. And I said, I'm going to review this for everybody. And I said, I'm going to press the arrow key for every frame. We're going to see how long it takes. And it was literally a quarter of a second that my Arabian was able to kick out, get back down. And then it was another, I think, half a second or a second for that other horse to turn around and start kicking. Yep. And I said, this is why we don't place ourselves in any position or allow any horse to put us in a position like that. Catch it way ahead of time. Yeah. So yeah, if a horse has decided that you're lunch, then
Oh yeah.
it's quick to sort it.
I can honestly go on about these guys forever.
We can talk about it forever.
It's awesome.
So that's a good story to tell, and it's appropriate. And I
Yeah.
know a lot of people don't really like it. I
Yeah.
agree with you that people struggle that we can't just give them treats and be nice to them
Yeah.
all the time.
I don't agree with treats either. At the
Yeah.
same time, my horses will get the odd treat.
Yep.
Or if they're getting any sort of grain, it's always out of a bucket, never out of my hand.
Yeah.
Because I have seen so many nippy, pushy, bitey horses because
Yeah, exactly.
they're like, all you are is the treat. You're the food. Your
the food.
hands are food.
Yeah.
And I know a lady who personally got her finger bit off
Good God.
because a horse was nippy
Yeah, I've
for
heard
treats.
I've heard some stories too. I've never seen any, but I cover that as well all the time. All the time,
Yeah.
talk about treats. Anyways, we're
Their
digressing.
reward, a horse's natural reward is release.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah,
a horse
quiet,
works on
peace.
pressure and release.
yeah,
They don't crave pressure, they crave release.
Yeah, peace.
And as soon as you release, and the faster they get the release, because like you said, things happen very fast in that moment with the horse's cage.
It's
It
crazy.
happens fast.
yeah,
And so the faster you can get with your release and acknowledging, oh, you did it.
Yeah.
Whoa. Right. Give that release.
yeah,
Because that's where they learn. Is as soon as you release, they're like, that's what I want.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that again because that's where I know I'm going to get the release.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Agree with you.